In the presidential election of 1832, Henry Clay, Jackson's chief political opponent, decided to challenge him on the issue of the Second Bank of the United States. He persuaded Congress to pass a bank recharter bill, which Jackson promptly vetoed, denouncing the bus as a private monopoly that enriched the wealthy and foreigners at the expense of the common people. He stated that the second bus was dominated by foreigners, so his veto gained him support from an overwhelming majority of voters. With the issue backfiring on Clay, Jackson won re-election in 1832, and aided by his Secretary of Treasury Roger Taney, he transferred all federal funds from the National Bank to various state banks. By vetoing the recharter bill, Jackson firmly inserted the president into the legislative process. While previous presidents only used the veto sparingly, Jackson opened the way for future presidents to exercise their veto powers. Also, his refusal of the bank showed his support for the common working man, which secured his re-election in 1832. Had he not vetoed, or had he taken a less definitive stance, voters may have perceived uncertainty or indecisiveness, giving Henry Clay the presidency. This decision would have drastically changed the outcome of history, as Clay's American system was completely opposite Jackson's views. If history had chosen another path, one where Jackson had not vetoed the second bus but continued to go on to win re-election, the economic and political evolution of the U.S. would have occurred much differently than what actually happened. For one, it is possible that the Panic of 1837 would not have ruined the economy during Van Ruin's presidency, and further down the line, it is possible that the Whigs would not have garnered enough support to develop as a national political party. With the death of the second bus, the pet banks would not have been able to make bad loans and speculations with federal funds. Because of these bad loans, prices for land and various goods became badly inflated, causing Jackson to issue the Specie Circular. The Specie Circular required all future purchases of federal lands to be made in gold and silver, rather than in paper banknotes. As banknotes lost their value, land sales plummeted, and the Panic of 1837 plunged the nation's economy into depression. Although the economic crisis was caused by Jackson's policies, the blame fell on Van Buren. The Whigs were quick to blame the Democrats, and voters were unhappy with the bad state of the economy. Playing on the economic instability of the election of 1840, William Henry Harrison, a Whig, took 53% of the popular vote and stood most of the electoral votes. This election established the Whigs as a national party. Had the Panic of 1837 not occurred, it is quite possible that the era of Jacksonian democracy would have continued with the re-election of Van Buren or another Democrat. Because of Jackson's veto of the second bus, causing the Panic of 1837, the Whigs were able to emerge as a national political party.